Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, React and Chill. I'm Dika. So, last time on Fruits Basket. Loads of emotional stuff because I was tearing up. I think it was I guess it was just how Honda was crying while she was talking about Kyo. I think that's probably what got me, how she was talking about, literally was admitting to her feelings, and Kagura came in to slap her to say, well, you should be telling him that. Kyo helped Honda make peace with how she was feeling regarding her father and in terms of her mum. That was such a really nice scene. And it's nice that we got a glimpse to see that Kyo could almost kind of relate there, kind of, because he had met Kyoka as well. So I think him helping Honda a little bit, and I mentioned this before, Honda having a very realistic, she was very vulnerable in that scene when she was crying, they were outside. And I really love that because you're so used to happy, preppy, happy-go-lucky Toru. Actually seeing that was so refreshing, so different. Everyone's aware of Kyo's fate, that he's going to be locked up. So I think Toru ended up, I didn't mention this last time, but Toru called Shigure out for that, like, how can you say that? But then Shigure was like, well, why are you saying that? So, you know, he was going to say, do you love him? And eventually Toru came to terms with that. Oh, and finally, Kyo had remembered something that had happened. I think it's got something to do with Honda's mother, Kyoka. She was on the floor bloodied. I'm sure that was her. So he was like, and all he could remember as that episode finished was, I'll never forgive you. So I'm wondering if that was the mum, who was the person that won't forgive somebody, or, you know, who was that directed at? Why was it directed at Kyo if it was? And what's going to happen now? Because with Isuzu knowing that Kureno had broken out the curse. But that was it for last time. Let's get into the next episode.
For you kids to find your answers. Your reasons for living.
But how?
No, it's not your fault, really. Come on inside with Mom. I won't forgive you.
What is this?
Really, you. Don't you realize Mom knows best?
What the hell was that?
Just maybe. Toru loved me back. Who was I kidding?
Oh my god. But no, she... I'm telling you, it's the boobs. The boobs probably attracted him.
Speaking of which, I hear you pressed Isuzu into your service and asked her to fetch a certain box for you.
I suppose the girl went and blabbed about our deal. A worthless child indeed.
A bit hypocritical, don't you think?
Because to me, it sounded like you were suggesting that I go and retrieve it from her.
Me? I would never.
So, it was Shigure that set it up. Oh, why are you your namesake?
In any case, because no one other than me has the right to touch Akira. There has to be a successor.
True. No one wants outsiders to fall heir to the Soma fortune.
Akira and I met not by chance, but because we were fated to. It was destiny.
So Akira was ill, but they were trying to get him married off.
All these people, and none of them have noticed. But I see what they don't. Every last bit. I'll take it all. I love you. You're just a lowly servant. But the two of us are in love. Silence! Get out of here this instant! It was bliss. We had each other. We were happy, though it didn't last.
Hey, did you hear? They said Akito's going to be raised as a boy.
Said a female heir could cause issues. She's not Akira's #1 anymore, and she can't stand it. Jealousy, that's what it is.
Akito's a special child who was born for them to love. It's only natural.
That look you have in your eyes. You want me now just as you did back then.
I find myself wondering if she would have resembled you, had she only been allowed to live her life as a girl. That's my fantasy.
Take that, bitch!
If If someone's going to be haunted by Akira's ghost, let it be you and you alone.
Come back! There's something wrong with you, all of you!
I'm so glad Shigure being Shigure, he said that, and it's true. And yeah, would have, and he's right. Would have Akito looked like Ren if she was actually allowed to grow up as a girl? So Ren is really the twisted one here.
My Akira! At least assure me that he didn't die alone.
Calm yourself. And he wasn't alone at the end. Akito was with him.
The new head? You're nothing! That's right! You were never more than a toy for Akira to pass the time with!
You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm the chosen one. And I was promised eternity.
It will fall apart. And you'll learn the hard way.
Poison breeds poison.
Don't let your one night stand with Shigure go to your head. I haven't been deserted and I won't be.
Prove that nobody can break these bonds you always talk about. Succeed and I'll admit defeat.
I believed that I could win. That no one could sever our bonds. I wished. Almost prayed. Like a curse. They're leaving me behind.
Someone help her!
Shit. Oh my god.
I should have just done this to begin with. Give Akira back to
Oh
me.
my god.
You want it that badly?
She's gonna toss it.
You can have this stupid thing!
I knew it.
Don't worry, Akito. It will be alright. Even if you can't see me, I'll be there by your side. And not just any child, but a special being with a divine purpose. I only wish that we could have made our peace.
Akira loved you best, and don't ever let anyone convince you otherwise. Now, this is for you. Always remember, Akira belongs to you. It's a great treasure. Akira's soul.
That's right. It's empty. Always has been.
Hiru!
Sorry. I don't really know how I'm feeling. A lingering sense of connection.
Of course. It's hard. And lonely. Saying goodbye.
How much longer until the final farewell?
Wow.
What's the matter? Weren't you going
you
to
okay?
kill me?
How dare you allow a weapon to be brought in here? Like you can talk. Your charge just tried to murder his own mother, and you gave him that silly box.
Akito.
I was torn about the box. I believed in it. I couldn't get rid of it, but I didn't want to look into it again. So I hid it. Can you blame me? That was my version of common sense. Don't you see? Nobody taught me otherwise. So how do I ask when I don't know what to ask? Can you tell me that?
You can start now. Begin learning. Begin understanding. So please.
Too late. It's far too late for you to say that. Why didn't you say it in the beginning? Why didn't you push me away?
I know.
Now? It's too late. Save your lecture.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Kindness of yours, leaving me half saved and half rejected. We're done. You screwed up. Now pay for it. Someone help! Pretty words, but it's too late. For both of us.
No.
We're working on it, but there's a dead bird out here.
I'll be back. I'm going out.
Please just wait for a minute. I have something to tell you.
Oh. I just want to like cry or laugh or bitch. I mean, you know what? Right towards the end of that, I was actually feeling so bad really sad for Akito. her mother, imagine growing up in a household where your mother never loved you. From the beginning, Ren only saw Akira. So if one thing I could say is that Ren only loved Akira. So she never got with him to spite anyone or to spite him or to gain anything. She was just obsessed with him from the start. That older maid, which I didn't really like in the beginning, but is a real one, because she was trying to defend Akito as much as she could. I wonder how many people in the actual household know Akito is really a woman, really a girl, not a guy, because all of the maids were there, we were referring to Akito as a male. So I was actually starting to feel really bad. And even Akira, I'm wondering if Akira was the first god spirit, I'm not sure, but they were trying to marry him off. They were very he was ill, but they needed an heir for the Soma estate. It confirmed what I thought before. Ren was just jealous of Akito. When she got pregnant and Akito was born, even oh my god, Akira said that he hoped that he knew he was going to die. He was aware that he was going to die while he was young, but leaving Akito behind, he thought would bring comfort to Ren, but it didn't. I assumed it was a case where it was a battle of power, which in a way it was. Even when Akira was still alive, she could not withstand having somebody else love and devotion from Akira go to somewhere else. That's what it was with her, and I see that much more clearly now. She was so twisted, so twisted. So she was just jealous of Akito, and Shigure hit the nail on the head there. She was trying to seduce him, and she never believed that these bonds were real. But Akira was the one who instilled that belief in Akito. I just feel like along the way it just got twisted so much. I feel like if Akito was given the chance to grow up in a much more healthier household, she would have not turned out the way she did, nor would she have treated the Zodiac. Yes, I love how she did say that when she met the rat, because obviously the rat and the god spirit being side by side, or the head of the banquet, it was a while. She never thought she'd ever come across the rat spirit. So it just went downhill from there. It really honestly did. Obviously this box that the head maid had given her was almost like an illusion, like a delusion, something to keep her going. Like she said that it doesn't matter, Akira's soul was in there, even though there was nothing in the box. It was almost like a fake, not a what would you call it? A fake dependence, like in a physical form, something to let her know that she feels that Akira never really loved her. But I think he did. He said that people are waiting for you. You are special. You are meant to be loved. And that unfortunately went sideways. She was having a go at Kureno for why didn't you not leave me? She almost felt like, you stayed with me. When it broke the first time, you should have left me. You basically prolonged my suffering by staying with me. Bitch stabbed him, and I'm so angry. So angry, no loyalty, legit stabbed him in the back. And it's crazy how they cut to that scene with Arisa finding, because he's meant to represent the rooster / the bird, the dead bird outside, how they cut to that. But I don't know where Akito's run off to. Oh, and of course, in that moment when she was about to stab Ren, and I wish she did, she felt another bond break, another one snapped, and it was Hiro. And I was getting so emotional there because it was the same thing Momoji felt. That it was a sense, and I really absolutely love Hiro's mother, his family are just A1. How it was a sense of, I wouldn't say being deserted, but loneliness, anger, all sorts of stuff were coming through, all sorts of feeling. And it's a lot to take in. You would think that breaking away from the Zodiac brings you comfort, but it brings you a whole host of emotions. The first thing he did was pick up and hold his little sister, Hinata. Oh my god, I was that close of crying again. But I'm just so angry. Kureno stayed with her. Like he mentioned in the first episode, that the reason why he stays with Akito is he sees a little girl. He sees a lost little girl that was never loved, that was never given the ability to love properly. I'm just fucking pissed off that bitch stabbed him in the back. I'm just so angry. I just feel like every time I want to reach out and give an olive branch to Akito, be like, you know what, she went through so much shit. It's a lot of shit happened, and he was correct. She was like, what was I supposed to ask? That last bit of dialogue between them was amazing. And he was, after everything, he was like, let's change. Let's do it now. We could change. Do it together to take the steps. But she did that. I'm exhausted. The other thing I forgot to mention again was how Ren and Akito butted heads, because obviously Akito was like, I've got these bonds, they'll always stay with me. And she was like, you know what, if you could keep all these bonds, then I'll admit defeat, otherwise you get out. Ren showed no sympathy, no nothing towards her daughter ever. From wanting to raise her as a man, as a boy. She didn't want another woman to ever overshadow her, to be not just head of the house, she was going to be head of the house. I told you that head maid, which I hated in the other couple of seasons, it was a real one, because she was like, Akito is now the head of the house. She is the one. And Akito, I mean, F you, Ren, because Akito was there for Akira in his dying breath, like, in the last moments of his life. So much family drama. Oh my goodness. And then now I'm hoping that end we saw, Honda is going to admit her feelings to Kira. She's like, I want to tell you something. So we'll see. I'm going to wonder what that's going to be about, and I can't wait to see that. But so much. It pisses me off, because I really hope Kureno now sees Akito for what she is. Akito stabbed him after everything he did, everything he was, knowing full well that he had broken away from the curse. Yet she blamed him for how she's feeling now. I think I need to go lie down and process all of this. So much. But that's all. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me know what you thought, your thoughts on that episode. Again, I am reeling, so many emotions, and there's going to be a whole load of emotions next time, because that looks like a conversation between Kyo and Honda that I don't want to miss. As always, like, follow and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.